Good evening, everyone. You're listening to the PNE Flagship. Tonight, I'm joined by Darren and Daniel and Critch as we talk about Portsmouth 1, North End 0, part of the TalkSport Network and sponsored by Trade Windows Preston. I was just saying before we came on, that second half just sucked the life out of me. A little bit reminiscent of some of those games last season, I think. I'm not sure what you two thought of it. Critch, I know you want to stick your 2 pence in, so we'll start with Darren. Darren, what was your thoughts overall on that?
Oh, well, we were saying before, weren't we, that normal service resumes, isn't it? We thought things could change, away games again. Hope that's what I wanted to achieve, a win away, but, oh well, we go on to the next one, don't we?
And Critch, what you sat and watched that 90 minutes, not the extended highlights?
I did. I thought first half it was very poor. Portsmouth just outfought us for everything. Obviously, second half was better, but final third, we were missing a striker, a good striker.
Mm-hmm.
We could have played another 90 minutes and not scored.
Yeah, it's always disappointing, isn't it, when you feel like the opponents didn't need to be good to beat us, did they? They didn't. The Portsmouth commentator was saying the manager won't be happy with the performance, particularly second half. And you're thinking, if they're saying that and they're still beating us, it was powder puff. I thought we had a lot of the ball. We didn't know what to do with it. Obviously, the main talking point really is, look, I was putting this in the group chat. We didn't have Osmajic. We didn't have Devine. Do you think if we've had those two, it could have been a potentially different game?
Yeah, completely.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
That bit of quality, weren't we, in the final third?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we obviously started with Smith and Jebis, and I just didn't feel like, obviously, I'm not sure if they've played together at all yet. Maybe they have. I don't think they have. They probably did for a little bit midweek against Rex, but they just didn't look like a partnership. We've seen Osmajic and Smith together.
Yeah, I think, a lot of people will agree that they just didn't work today. Either of them, I don't think either of them played that well. That's all I need to say on them. I don't want to go into depth slating them, but it just did not work, them two.
Yeah, it's just one of them games, Darren, isn't it? You're going to have where you go away from home. I think if you were a neutral watching that, you'd probably summarise it as two poor to average teams who you just expect the home team maybe to grind out a 1-0 win. There'll be countless games like this up and down the EFL all season. But it's just disappointing that we started off so well this season and you're thinking, right, and now we're going into this 2-week break we got beat by Wrexham that second half on Tuesday night. Today wasn't too impressive. And then we're all assuming as Preston fans, we're going to get not the most positive end to the window. So he's going to take negativity. But as I say, 7 points from 12. I think we all, when we did those preview podcasts, we all would have took that, Darren, wouldn't we, coming into?
Yeah. Obviously, briefly going back and touching on also the game as well. I also feel like Portsmouth, they obviously outplayed us today, but I don't think them themselves were that good. I just think we played worse than what Portsmouth actually did today. I don't really know what was up with everybody. Like, even our strikers looked like they weren't even up for it again. And that creativity in midfield, that was going to be the key today, unlocking that creativity in the midfield. But again, the creativity wasn't there, and the threatening, obviously, attack wasn't there as well. It was really disappointing today. A really disappointing game.
I think one thing we have to mention as well is just the conditions they were playing in. It looked ringing. It looked horrible to be playing in that game. Just hammering it down.
Great conditions. I can hear my granddad shouting at his TV.
Yeah.
Great conditions for a footballer, that, Dan.
I mean, the professionals now. I don't know how many... I don't know how long we can start blaming the weather for, but yeah, it is one of them things. Yeah,
no, it plays a factor in it. We're not blaming. We're not saying
no.
It plays a factor. I thought the ref was pretty poor for the most part as well. Seemed like he was giving a lot of soft decisions. I was like, come on, there's hardly any contact there. And it's like, foul, yellow card. It's like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of the early ones. But I think sometimes we can speak about the ref impacting the result. I don't think the ref has had any impact.
No, definitely not.
Any impact. But what you were saying then, Darren, about the creativity in the midfield and the strikers, everyone just looking off it. I think we've had, if you look at the minutes this season, we've had I don't know what, 50 negative minutes against QPR. You'd probably say potentially the first hour today. I think we picked up when Mads and Dobbin eventually did come on. But I think if you actually...
I thought we started the second half okay. I was a bit annoyed we didn't make the changes at half time. I thought we should have made them at half time because that first half wasn't good enough. But I thought we started the second half, okay.
Yeah, well, if you look at it though, what I was saying, the QPR performance where we was poor, the opening, say if you just want to say the first half today, I think there's one thing that happened in both of those games, and that was the McCann, Whiteman to Dawson, that three in midfield. I just don't think it works. It doesn't give us any creativity. Obviously, maybe that couldn't be helped if Mads and Dobbin couldn't have played the full 90, but those three as a midfield three, I'm sorry, McCann and Whiteman have to start, and I think that just leaves to Dawson out.
Ford's not had a good game this season. He's needed a bit. He needs to see a good game this season, and he's just not had one. Not at all.
No, I personally think that with Ford as well. Last season, obviously where we were and how we were playing, he stepped up his level, and we were thinking, do you know what? He's a good player. I can't wait to see him play next season. And I don't know what's happened in pre-season, but he's come into the start of this season and he's not looked his best at all. And I thought, if anything, he would have improved. But he's going backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Whiteman's looking better for the most part, though. Whiteman is definitely looking better.
Yeah, he was fine today, weren't he? He didn't. I don't think anyone really couldn't come out of that game and say, "Yeah, we played well." I thought McCann gave the ball away a bit.
I thought the wing backs were decent enough.
Yeah. I suppose Valentin did all right, didn't he? I think Small.
I thought so. I've seen people say Smith was man of the match. Small was man of the match, and I was like, no, he wasn't his usual self. It didn't feel like the ball was down that side too much. But I thought Valentin was brilliant. I thought, well, not brilliant, but he was the best ever Port punch.
Yeah, that moment in the second half where he just got to the byline and he just dinked it over his man, didn't he? Stuck the ball in.
Yeah. There's a few times he beat his man. I thought he did well, like one-on-one. So, he gets some credit, I think.
I think one of the frustrating things is I think we was all saying amongst ourselves at half-time, make a change now. Don't wait. And I do think Heckingbottom is usually all right with his subs. I think if there's subs to be made, I remember at Portsmouth last season, I think he made 2 subs at half-time. I think Whiteman got hooked and I can't remember who the other one was. But I feel like that first half, it's changed our mentality a little bit because second half we did okay. First half, we couldn't get out. We was no threat at all. It was just a matter of time before they scored. I think, although they didn't create too much, I think 1-0 was a fair result at half-time. And I feel like be a bit proactive at half-time. Make those subs. Now, we don't know whether Mads and Dobbin couldn't play the 45 minutes, but I feel like if they're all right to play 25, why wait? Why wait for them subs at half? Just get them done. It wasn't working.
Yeah. I felt the changes should have been made a bit sooner, especially in the attacking third. I felt it just was not working. The 2 strikers weren't working. We just needed to make changes sooner, and for whatever reason, we didn't. Don't know why.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like a chance we can talk about that. Oh, should have done better. That wasn't really the Dobbin one towards the end was a half chance.
Yeah.
Comes it in quick.
A couple of times with the back post as well. Sorry, a couple of times the back post where it's been crossed in and Smith nearly got on the end of it and Whiteman nearly headed it as well. But yeah, like you were saying, it's just, I don't know, it's just the threat in front of goal is just not there. Without Osmajic, without that brute force, it's just, what have we got? What have we got?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. There was no route out.
Yep, spot.
You just got to feel. I feel sorry for the away fans that went. There was like 750.
You could hear them. They were in good voice. You could hear, like watching it. You could hear them a lot of the game. Even when Portsmouth were quite loud, you could still hear the Preston fans. So every credit to them.
Yeah,
I couldn't hear a peep if I'm honest. I could just hear that bell.
I could.
Bell. Oh.
And I watched it on my bloody phone.
Oh, well, you must have better speakers than my TV. But I think we've all sat in away ends where you've sat there and you feel like I know what that feeling will have been at full time. Like, have we even watched a game of football? Because it was literally just there was like 1 or 2 chances in the entire game, a goal, and you don't feel like you've actually watched anything. Like we huffed and puffed second half, but Yeah, I mean, Darren, I like to think you're probably, I suppose, Critch as well sometimes, unless he's talking about Emil. But I think Darren, probably you're the most
We're
positive
not
one of the lot
mentioning
of
that.
us. Is there
Yeah.
is there any positives we can take from that?
Uh, yeah, I'd say again. I think Big Dan in goal again has probably done another blinding job. Yes, we did lose 1-0 today, but the positives we can take away is obviously his save that he made. Brilliant save, just before they obviously scored. He's going to be a points winner for us this season. Is Dan? That goal was very lucky. It was deflection, but yeah, I'll just say the positives as well. Just like how good a good keeper can do for your team, like how well he fits in with Preston. He's just such a good fit for us.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel sorry for him because he's made two. I mean, he's made that save that was straight at him that was apparently world class. But I'll agree defeat on that one. For everyone disagrees, and it was a great save.
That goes in.
Straight at him. But the one today was a great save. I think that's a save only an Everson mates because he's really good at saving them with his feet. But I feel sorry for him. The two big saves he's made this season, the Leicester one, they scored within a minute after it.
Yeah.
And today's one,
that's what I was thinking.
they've scored straight from the resulting corner.
Save, a minute later, the scoring, it's like, oh my God.
And he must be thinking. I mean, we'll analyse the goal. I've seen a couple of people say that Jebison should have been quicker to close him down. I'm not sure if I'd say that really.
He was only a split second away from it. I think that's a bit hard.
Yeah.
Again, it was deflected as well, so it was an element of deflection. It was on target anyway, so it probably might have just gone in without the deflection. But it's just it's one of them. You can't complain with like a deflected goal, can you? It is what it is.
Yeah,
I mean, one thing we do need to bring up is how many is it like 528 days since we haven't won away from home on a Saturday.
Yeah,
that's
I know. That is. It is like
really bad.
It is a little bit of like an example of how long that time is. So that was Plymouth away. Okay, we found out that the little girl was due 4 weeks before that. She turns 1 next month. So I'm thinking, how different was my life when we won 1-0 under Low at Plymouth? It was a long time ago.
I went down to that game as well. I remember
Did you go?
The coach journey back as well. Like the seats were like that. And obviously me being as tall as I am, I was like squeezed into this seat. Horrendous coach journey down, but it was worth it though. It was worth it for the win.
Yeah. Wow. It's a good job you went now. I mean, flipping heck. The last time I've seen us win on a Saturday was that 2-0 win at Stoke.
Yeah, I was there that day.
Were you there 2 years ago? Yeah. But I woke. So last night, so I'm sat there. We've done the game now. Is there anything else we need to say about the game before we have a little bit of a chat after or not? No, I can't think of. If any Northern fans I've not read the comments on Twitter. Hopefully, there's no meltdown. These defeats are going to happen at games like that. It's frustrating. We had a weakened team out. Let's do these as a block of fixtures. 4 league games, 7 points. We'd have all took that. Let's move on.
We ready for look at the bigger picture, don't we? And in some ways, it could be a blessing in disguise. It could be like, right, there you go. That proves we need that little more up front. Hopefully, the people behind the scenes will see that and think, yeah, maybe we do need a striker or whatever we need, hopefully.
Well, Critch, you've transitioned me here into the next subject, and that is the transfer window, right? So we're sat here, it's 5:30, Saturday evening. You can tell we're social butterflies sat here doing this at 5:30 on a Saturday evening. But so the deadline's just over 48 hours time. Yeah. What do we need? Darren, what do we need?
Striker. Yeah, today's just proven. I'll try to, obviously, I said it before in my podcast as well about the threat in front of goal, and today's proven that if we do miss Osmajic, and then let's say potentially if the FA hearing comes out and it is banned, we've got Jebison Smith. Now, I don't rate Jebison. I know people might, say that, give him time and he's a good player, but I really, really don't. And I think that we are going to struggle if we do miss Osmajic. We will struggle.
Yeah. Yeah, we need a striker, don't we?
Yeah. Me too.
I think that's got proved. I've said I'm not sure if last week's episode I was saying can we attract one, but I think from what we saw today, I think you can easily say to a striker, you're going to come in as the second choice striker. And when we play two up front, Smith and Jebison, good options from the bench. But although Smith does play well with Osmajic, but he looks completely different when they're not playing. When they're not playing together, he's a different player, isn't he?
Yeah, they've worked a lot in pre-season together as well, Osmajic and Smith. And then now he's missing his partner. It just looks lost.
Yeah. Critch, are you saying striker? Is there anywhere else, or is it just striker?
Well, the two places we seem to be linked with is a centre midfielder, which is it the lad from Barnsley that we're after?
Well,
Everton. Sorry,
Everton.
And then we're after looking at the Barnsley player. So
apparently,
centre mid and a left centre back, perhaps. Yeah, we just need a little more, just a tiny bit more. Whether it's a loan or a signing, we just need that bit more. We are desperate for that striker, I think.
Yeah, I mean, your source better come through with this Kilo done thing, otherwise we'll be having words. We'll see. Hey, I tell you what, whether or not he's making it up or not, he is a really good player. Really good player. The Kilo Dunn. He can play. Harrison, my mate, who's an Everton fan, he was saying positive things about Harrison Armstrong. I searched his name yesterday and I thought it was Harvey Armstrong, and it come up Harvey Armstrong made in Chelsea, and I was like, have I got the name wrong? Yeah, but it was Harrison Armstrong. But yeah, Keeler Dunn from Barnsley, if that isn't just made up, he would be a great signing. 20 goals last season playing the number 10 role. Sometimes he did play up front. But
Barnsley fans seem to be saying that we won't get him cheap.
Yeah, I mean, I window clean for a Barnsley fan, and he's always talking about Keeler Dunn, saying that he's a quality player. But I've had a lot of people say to me left-sided centre-back. Now, Hughes, I think, steady, but I thought again today he was probably one of the weaker players. Do we need a left-sided centre-back, or is it more of a case of could do with one, or do we need one?
No. To be honest, I do think on our day we are defensively quite sound now. I think we've got the pace now in our team. I think Gibson's brilliant playing that centre role. Defence, I don't think is the issue. I just think it's that that creative midfield to attack going forward now, the areas that we need to look at. Because we are creating the chances and we can get out, and when we look dangerous when going forward, it's just finishing. It's just there's no finisher in the team.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We definitely.
Even if you look at the stats, if you just only looked at the stats, Preston created a lot more chances. Obviously, we watched the game. We know they weren't very good chances, were they?
No.
And that, for example, when you had Tom Cannon, when you had Archer, they get you a goal from nothing.
Yeah.
Now, they're just at the edge of the area, or they'll just take a pot shot, it flies in. And that's the difference.
Yeah, I'm looking at the XG, 0.91 today. Whether you like XG or not, it does sort of show what positions you got into. But 2 shots on target, and I can't really remember those shots on target. Reminiscent to the games last season where the amount of times we'd play away and we'd have 1 shot on target. It's the away form that's the concern, because under Eckenbottom we've been decent at Deepdale. You need to sort this away form out. But anyway, we said we put a bow on the game. Ockle's gone. Everyone happy Ockles has gone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
that sums up his time at North End, doesn't it? That
I felt like we definitely need to replace him. I know that we've got 1 out now. We need to get another 1 in, because that's what obviously Heckenbottom said, isn't it? We need to release 1 to get 1 in. So if that's anything to go by, hopefully we'll get somebody in. I'm just a bit sad for him it didn't work out, because obviously we signed for quite a hefty fee for Preston standards, and obviously we let him go for not as near the amount apparently what we let him go for. Well, we bought him.
Do you have any idea on the amount roughly?
That will definitely stay undisclosed, I'm sure.
Yeah. No, I
don't say that.
I've not even heard a rumor on it how much it is.
Won't be a lot.
We probably chuck them 20 grand. Right, it's undisclosed. But yeah, I think we
fan on Twitter. He'll know.
Who?
I should ask a certain person on Twitter. I'm sure.
Right. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, anything else do we want to touch on? Other football goings on today? Is any interesting stats?
Wrexham won again at Millwall.
I know. I've seen that. Millwall going to miss Tanganga. I watched him at Sheffield United before, and although Sheffield United got beat, he's a top defender at this level.
Something that I want to mention, Dan, is on this podcast as well. VAR in the Championship.
Oh, don't get me started on this.
I just want to briefly touch it because I watched the Chelsea game before, obviously, watched Preston play. And the VAR, obviously, issue that happened with Chelsea's penalty. Now, obviously, Joel Pedro looks like he handled it before then. The Fulham player, handballed it in their box, and Chelsea got a penalty out of that. Would you want VAR in the Championship?
No. I tell you what,
No.
podcast done. Podcast done. You can get your podcasts elsewhere. I am not talking about North End with VAR every week. Can you imagine? Actually, it might make for good content, I guess. But I'll be honest with you.
The only reason why I said it was because last season, obviously the season that we had, how many games did we have where if we had VAR, we would have won? Burnley away. That
Great.
Offside.
Take us to the Conference North End. I'd sooner have that than VAR, honestly. I'd sooner.
I would have VAR.
Piss off, Critch.
If it works perfectly. But it doesn't. They still get wrong decisions.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you're waiting for about 10 minutes. It's like, come on. You're watching it and you still get it wrong.
Yeah. But if you went down to League One last season, you'd have been screaming for VAR.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't. The VAR,
that would prefer us to go down.
I get annoyed at VAR even if they get the decision right. I'm still sat there going, what a lot of crap this is. What happened to football? And then today when you get an 8, honestly, I was sat there and I thought, what game should I watch today? And I'm still annoyed about that Newcastle-Liverpool game because I was really enjoying that game, right? And I thought, I'll watch Chelsea-Fulham. It's a West London derby. I'll give it a chance. And I watch this 18-year-old run the length of the pitch, place it past the Chelsea goalkeeper Sanchez, and I'm like, oh yeah, you made the right decision here. I'm messaging my mate saying I've left him on the bench, Josh King, in my fantasy football team. And then I'm sat there, I look up, ruled out, and I just thought, what? It's a load of crap. I'll tell you what, if anyone supports VAR, you're a part of the problem. You are. I'm not having it. I'll talk to a Blackpool fan. I'll talk to a Liverpool fan. If you like
it
VAR,
worked properly, I would agree with it every day of the week. If it was 100% accurate, I would say, yeah, let's have it.
It's not always, it's not consistent
It's not accurate. They're still making big mistakes.
Yeah,
so, no.
Yeah.
It's impossible to get something that's accurate because it's just how you interpret the law. If it's just for offside, if it's just for goal line, fair enough, because that is factual in front of you. But when it's like, I watch a handball and I'm thinking, is it handball? Is it not handball? You don't know, do you? Like I watched that foul today and you're thinking, I'm putting that into our group thinking I'm going to get told by everyone, oh, it's a foul, what you're on about. And then everyone's like, oh, it's not a foul anyway. And I'm thinking, all right, I don't know what a foul is in football anymore or not. I do in the Championship because that has common sense. But anyway, we've gone off topic. Let's wrap it up. What's everyone doing for the rest of their weekend? Anything interesting?
Oh, no, well, I was planning on going out for a walk with the dog, but it looks like he's absolutely hammering it down here. But,
Critch is off. Critch is off.
Go on to say hello. This is Lacey.
Oh, is this a shout out to Lacey moment? Critch, how did you go on with your gym thing today? I seen that on your Facebook.
Oh, I'm not going to lie. It was really tough. It was really, really tough.
It looked good, to be fair. It did look good.
Yeah, it was a well-run event, but like I said, it's like, it was very tough. Like, because I did it, you could do it in pairs or do it solo. And I did it solo and I was like, oh my God, it was just constant working out. So you don't get a rest. It's just all them videos, they're like just constant.
Yeah, I was sat watching it, Critch. In one hand, I had my pastrami and pickle bagel. In the other hand, I had my coffee with 3.5 sugars in it. And I thought, nah, not for me, that. Not for me, that. Yeah. Not for me. I tell you what, I did watch last night, right? And I thought, these lot are going to take the mick out of me. So I'm sat waiting for wrestling to start last night, right? Starts at 1. And I thought, I'll see if the legal fire stick is working before North End tomorrow. So I thought, I'm flicking through the channels and baseball's on. And I thought, it's live. I thought, see if it works with this. So I'm sat watching it 10 minutes in, yeah. And I've never properly watched baseball before. And I'm thinking, what are these rules? So I'm watching it. I'm not joking you. 3 o'clock, I'm sat there in the morning watching the end of the Cincinnati Reds, St. Louis Cardinals game on the edge of my seat. I'm thinking, what a great sport this is. So yeah, the game 2's tonight. I might be
always
watching
thought
it.
baseball looks a bit boring.
I thought that as well, but I watched it and I thought, but anyway, I'm not sure if the PNE fans that are probably listening to us on the drive back from Portsmouth on that coach are thinking, did I really sign up for baseball talk, pastrami and pickle sandwich talk,
Sorry,
Lacey
guys.
the dog
Sorry.
talk? But any message for those long-suffering fans on the way home? Any bit of inspiration?
Every credit to every single one of them going all that way down, knowing our away record on a Saturday. Fair play to them.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah. The worst thing is you're looking at the time now.
I could hear you anyway. I could hear you. That might not be able to, but I could hear you.
Try and be a bit louder in future, lads. I couldn't hear anything. But the worst thing is, I'm looking at the time now. They're probably about 2.5 hours away from Norton Keynes. That serve. Every North End coach stops at Norton Keynes every away day. You got a long way home. But, every credit for the ones who went.
Their predictions correct?
No. I think I did 1-1.
I did. Well, I said 1-1.
I said 3-1 North End.
To be fair, we made those predictions when we thought Osmajic and Divine. And
exactly. So that makes a difference straight away. I think it would have been 1-1. Yeah.
I think I made one prediction right, and that was that our former number 9's a decent championship striker. But yeah, anyway, perfect way to wrap up. No one wants to hear about Emil. But yeah, full-time result at Fratton Park. Portsmouth 1, North End 0. We will be back if I can persuade everyone later in the week.
Shout out.
Perfect way, cutting me off before we end. Send us home. No one cared about the next episode.
I don't want you to end. Just a shout out to my mate Jake. He's a Preston fan. He predicted a 2-1 win for PNE. So, never mind.
Right, well, thanks for the shout out for Jake. As I was saying, we'll try and... Cheers, Jake. We'll be doing a show next week talking about, hopefully, the business that's took place between now and deadline day. Jake, send us your predictions in for next week. And, that's it. Portsmouth 1, Preston 0. At least we don't have to make the journey down to Fratton Park for another year, because I went last season. That is a long, long way. But yeah, hopefully it's been all right. We've tried to make it a little bit entertaining, seeing not much happened about the game. And we'll speak to you all. We'll do a couple of episodes over the international break. We won't leave you high and dry. Darren, are you doing a podcast over the weekend or anything on your channel?
I'll try and find the motivation.
Yep. So it's go and check Darren's feed out, the Real North Ender, on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. And if you want to subscribe to Critch Fit, find Daniel Critchley on Facebook. And speak to you all. I suppose I'll be back as soon as we finish recording. I'm recording my podcast. So, right. See you later. Everyone. Thanks for joining us. Hit the subscribe button, because apparently you meant to say that when you have a YouTube channel. See you later, everyone.
See you later.
See ya.